So, what made you like first get into leadership?
Well, it was because I felt a calling to get involved in ministry, and then of course as I prayed and as God led me, then I became involved in. And first of all, I was an evangelist. Then I went to Bible college for 3 years, and then from there I went and started. I took my first church in Kansas City, Kansas, and then from there we became youth directors in the state of Ohio, and then we served as youth directors in the Great Lakes area, that district and the Michigan district for almost 11 years.
And then after that, is that when you went to New Hope?
Then I became a pastor, and since that time I've pastored churches.
Okay, cool. So you've been in the ministry for a long time. So what's the secret to longevity in leadership?
Well, one of the secrets is your own personal prayer and your own personal communication with the Lord. And then the other secret is being up to date, making sure that you read the latest material that's coming out, making sure that you spend time in the Word, developing knowledge of the Word, and not only the knowledge of the Word, but get the Word in your heart. And those are, I think, are the basic things that are necessary to propel you to success in ministry.
Cool. What are some of the challenges that you faced in leadership?
In leadership?
Yeah.
Well, part of the challenges, of course, I only served basically as a youth leader, and one of the challenges is to connect with young people, is to make sure that you have something that's up to date, something that's moving. We always had we selected a theme for the year. We selected a theme for each month, and we built our meetings around those themes. And it was just an endeavor to be as current and relevant as we possibly could.
Right. How would you say that you've done a better job leading rather than managing?
Well, I'm not sure that I have, but I would hope that I have. But managing, in my opinion, is just sort of keeping the status quo. Just keeping things, in other words, keeping things operating, keeping things moving. Leading is providing direction, seeing your ministry and your church advance, moving into new areas. The manager just make sure that what you have is kept and operating. But when you're leading, then you're moving into new areas, and you're always thinking in terms of how can my team be better, how can my church be better.
Yeah. As a pastor, how do you communicate your vision to the church?
Well, I do it through sermons. I do it through leadership meetings. And every opportunity I can, it's important that you communicate your vision so that other people can grasp your vision.
Mm-hmm.
So it's multiple ways. And then also personally talking to people. You communicate by sharing with them the vision.
I think I got one more question for you. And that would be, what are some of the rewards that you've experienced in leadership?
One of the rewards that to me has been so meaningful, and it is the individuals themselves. I've seen them grow. I've seen them first when they got saved, and then as they begin to grow in their relationship with the Lord, and then see them begin to move into areas of ministry, and then to further move into areas of leadership. And then my particular burden is ministering to the men of our congregation, helping our men to be men that God has called them to be.
Yeah.
And as I have developed and worked in that way, it has brought a greater stability to the church and created a different atmosphere for the church as the men have stepped up and begun to believe in themselves, because so many men were told, you'll never amount to anything, you'll never accomplish anything. And that's the way that I grew up. But I had to overcome that, and then it helps me to help other men overcome the same thing in their lives, so that they begin to believe in themselves and begin to realize that they have the opportunity to establish a new legacy for their family and for their lives.
Yeah. I guess that kind of brings up one more thing. I know that you are the leader of our family. Like, you've led my dad and Uncle Jared and Uncle Brian, and now you've got 10 grandkids that you lead as well. How do you lead your family?
Well, one of the things that I do is that I make it a matter of prayer daily. Every time that I pray, to bring their names up before the Lord in prayer. And I declare in prayer what I'm asking God to accomplish in their lives. And then when I talk with you, I often try to communicate things that I wish to challenge you with, to help you to be a better person and to fulfill what God has called you to be. And then underlying that is a deep belief and a faith that God has, that each of you have a destiny, and God has called you for a particular purpose, and that you will fulfill that purpose.
Yeah.